everybody, welcome to another pregnancy update. I'm 21 weeks today. No, 21 weeks and 1 day. This week has been kind of just still riding on the good news from last week of our 20-week ultrasound. So if you haven't watched that vlog, I do recommend that you go and watch it now because it gives you a little bit more detail about what happened in our 20-week scan. Generally though, the news was good, and that has fueled this week. So still feeling fairly good about the news, I guess. I know it can change, and sometimes that's a bit of a bummer as well, because you know, you just start sort of dwelling a bit, but trying to remind myself that so far, so good. Feeling a lot better than I did last week. You know, my cough was still troubling me last week a lot, and finally this week I seem to be almost over it. Not entirely though. This might be TMI, but just when you're pregnant, your pelvic floor is just not what it's normally up to, you know, so all this coughing and stuff. Anyway, I have been feeling a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions this week, mostly, well actually exclusively when I'm active, and usually in conjunction with bending down, bending over. Hip pain continues to trouble me on and off though. It's not very consistent, which makes it very difficult to gauge exactly what I can and can't do. It can be aggravated by walking, so I kind of try and not walk, and then if I feel like it's okay, I will go do a bit of walking and see how I get on with that. And it hasn't troubled me for a few days. Neither has the heartburn actually. Heartburn has suddenly disappeared. I don't really know why, but I guess it's just a hormonal thing. The bicarbonate of soda was really working for that, so I guess I've got that in case it comes back. His movements continue to be frequent, which is great. I don't think he's changed positions since last week, because I'm still getting movements, I'm feeling the movements very low down, and also some over this side of the belly, which is where his hands are, and sometimes I'll get an elbow, or something, I assume. Leo has actually been able to see it, which has been great. It kind of happened by accident. I was trying to get him to feel his brother moving, and you know, just one morning lying around in the bed, and we didn't have much luck. Leo doesn't really have enough patience for it at the moment, but he happened to see quite a large movement, and he said that he saw it, and I believe him because it coincided with something that I felt, so that's pretty cool. He has questions sometimes, like, what will my brother look like? And I said, well, I don't know, he might look a little bit like you. And that's something that I'm kind of looking forward to as well, like, what is this person going to look like in comparison to Leo, who came out, like, I could not have imagined Leo's face at all. He's come out so different, you know, to how I thought he might, I guess. Being active in general and walking around and being quite energetic is definitely getting a little bit more difficult, and I notice this mostly when I walk up to the school and back. The back is a little bit easier because Leo tends to go more slowly, so I can walk more slowly, and I don't get stitches and I don't get sort of just tired. But you know, if he's in an energetic mood and he runs off, I cannot keep up with him at all like I used to. He also often ends up leaving all his stuff with me, so I carry everything, and I'm carrying his brother as well. So yeah, there's definitely been a couple of times where I've had to explain to him, like, you cannot just run off because I can't keep up with you. I'm getting more tired, and definitely the walk up to the school is becoming a little bit more arduous. I notice a lot of, I don't know, just fatigue, I guess, in my muscles. Mostly the muscles actually around the back here, so coming from the back round to the front and the top of the bump, that is where I notice it most. So obviously as the pregnancy progresses, I'm probably going to be much less active, not doing the school run as much. We do have a car, so you know, we do drive up to the school, especially if my hip is sore. I felt a little bit concerned about my hip last week because I had hip pain for the day, but then it continued to ache through into the evening, and even when I wasn't moving it was aching, and even when I was sat down. So something's obviously becoming inflamed and is causing me some discomfort. So I'm kind of just trying to listen to that, be careful of that. I am planning to do some what I eat in a day pregnancy vlogs, because some people are curious, you know, the whole veganism thing and pregnancy, do the two really go together, and you know, how am I managing my diet now that I'm obviously nourishing another person. So I do have plans for that. Some days I just feel really tired for no real reason, and I just kind of have to accept that, which is a little difficult for me because I'm used to being very active and busy and doing stuff, you know, so accepting that I can't do all that stuff is kind of weird for me. So I guess I'll just do a quick bump shot at 21 weeks. Like I said, enjoying wearing black mostly because I don't know, I just feel better in black. So yeah, 21 weeks. It's definitely a bump. Like there's no two ways about that. It's a bump now. No stretch marks yet. Hopefully I won't get any. I didn't with Leo. Hopefully that just sets me up for not getting any. Yep, 21 weeks. Looking pretty good, I think, anyway. So that pretty much is everything I have to say this week. Not a lot. Doing well. This time next week I'm going to be travelling to Washington DC, so I may not get a vlog out next week, but maybe the week after. However, if you want to follow me on like Facebook or Instagram, I'm going to be posting to both of those. I'm trying to do Twitter, but it's not really coming. So yeah, there are links to all of my social media and stuff in the description below, and there also should be some on the end slate when the video finishes. So I will be back with another video really soon. Bye guys!